Hi, I'm NJEA President Wendell Steinhauer. The New Jersey Education Association is committed to great public schools for every child. So we're proud to support Teacher Appreciation Week, a special series produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating New Jersey's talented and dedicated teachers.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child. Activists in cooperation with the American Medicine Chest Challenge. Choose New Jersey. Our mission is attracting companies to the Garden State. NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Health Republic Insurance of New Jersey, Berkeley College. And by the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, founded by the Jewish community. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger, powering NJ.com, and by Commerce Magazine.
This is One-on-One.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
People like laughing at others, so I don't mind if the other is me.
See, you go right into the character. That's what it is.
I'm bringing families together a half an hour each week. Man, I'm doing something special.
And so I do feel successful.
Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We have the greatest educators, the best educators. This is Teacher Appreciation Week. It's like every week that should be. Let me introduce you to Justin Montgomery, a great teacher, a math teacher at Delaware Valley Regional High School in Frenchtown, New Jersey. For those who do not know where Frenchtown is, where is it?
It's about southeast of Allentown, Pennsylvania, of Billy Joel fame. It's a real sweet town east of the Delaware River.
Look at you trying to work Billy Joel in that conversation. Hey, listen, let's talk about this whole initiative. The Integrated Plan for Academic Development, IPAD, right, for short. This is part of our Classroom Close-Up initiative that we do in cooperation with our partners at the NJEA. You can check out Classroom Close-Up every week on NJTV, the public television station here in New Jersey. We're about to see a piece of video that talks about these young people. They love this iPad, right?
That's right.
How's it making a difference?
It really puts the students at the center of the learning.
Yeah? It's not the technology, it's the students?
It's always been the students. The technology is just another tool.
All right, we're going to see if this video proves you out, right? Because everything I hear, this is your 5th year?
That's right.
Everyone says you're a great teacher. We're about to prove it in this video from Classroom Close-Up. Let's take a look, and we'll talk to this great math teacher right after this. Justin.
We're still seeing books in schools, but more and more the content of books are on these. And if you think the tablets of today are simply a replacement for textbooks, well, think again.
With the iPad, everything has changed. You just break the walls out of the classroom.
There's been an increase in student reading. Reading on the iPad is considered cool.
With the iPads, the students do a lot more of the learning on their own.
Instantaneous access to that data is a motivator for some students because it's actually going on somewhere in the world and it's relevant.
And those are just a few of the reasons that Delaware Valley Regional High School initiated the Integrated Plan for Academic Development.
The iPad program was started this September. The pilots were last year, and as of September, every teacher, every student, and every paraprofessional in the classroom has an iPad to use.
Use them how, you ask? Let's begin in Mr. Montgomery's Honors Algebra 2 class.
You guys all look very nice today. I'm going to use an app called AirSketch that allows students to write down their work, and then through the local internet here, I'm able to project it up on the screen.
Today in the science classrooms around the corner, iPads are being used to survey student progress.
Well, at this point in time, we're studying heat and reactions. The first few questions are multiple choice. In order to determine how effective the lesson was in their learning the concepts I wanted them to learn, we're going to be doing an online quiz. How are mass and temperature related? I've had kids make iMovies. With an iMovie, the students can take a picture of whatever it is they want to show or present. That could be themselves, that could be a cooking demonstration, and then they can edit it down, they can add music, they can add a voiceover, they can add captions. It will keep them going and learning for a week on their own, independently. And then I send that link to the parents, and they can see what their sons and daughters have been doing in class.
It's not just a matter of less paper, but it's a matter of, in my opinion, more interesting activities to do.
Para cada pregunta, escribe una respuesta en español y añade una foto.
Like today's assignment, they'll be looking at newspapers in Argentina and telling me what the weather is and what's going on in Argentina right now.
I was looking up Argentina's currency, and they use pesos, so I'm looking for a picture now so I can put in my presentation.
It's not an easy undertaking. We knew that from the beginning. We researched this project. We went to another school to look at what they were doing, and we realized that we had to have a lot in place before we began effectively in September. But we have an obligation to prepare students for career in college, and why not give our students the tools that they need to be successful? So that's really the driving force.
That is great. It absolutely is. You have so many different subjects, so many different teachers that are into this. And you were telling me during the tape piece that we're watching, by the way, thank you to our partners at the New Jersey Education Association for producing that terrific piece. You were telling me first that the students love that package.
They do.
Why?
It allows them to see their work on the screen. It allows them to interact with their classmates' projects, with their device. It's just another way of increasing the communication and putting them at the helm of their own learning.
What about the educators, your colleagues, when they see that?
They get excited too, because instead of them delivering all the content, the students are creating it themselves.
You know, it's so interesting. As I was getting ready for the show, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this iPad. Because I watch our sons who are 8 and 10, and I worry with the iPad that it just becomes a toy, that they're playing with it, and they're playing some game with it. And I'm not saying there's no value in that, but that's not educational in the sense that we just saw. And so how do you monitor, and where's the quality control in terms of where the toy ends and the tool begins?
It starts with the teacher having the right idea of how to use the tool in the classroom, and by effectively modeling it for students to show them that it's an educational device, then students can get their minds wrapped around it. And then there's a technological aspect to it too, where teachers can lock down students to particular apps, to particular websites, to also help curb the distraction.
For example, let's talk about how you use it. Give us a concrete example of how you are using this technology to do something that, if you didn't have, would be much more challenging to teach.
One thing that I really like about the device is how much time it saves me in the classroom, so I could get more to the learning and less on the pushing papers, for example. But students complete their homework on the iPad. That's where their textbook is anyway. And as soon as I come into class with the students, I could point out problems that are going to be key to learning the previous lesson and linking to that day's lesson. Their work, then, I could have them projected up on the board right away, and they don't have to recreate it by going up to, say, a whiteboard. And also, from their seat, they could use a pointer and lead their students step by step with the visual and what they're saying about their own work.
How challenging is it to have other teachers trained to use this iPad?
That's where I've been involved the most, and it's one of my favorite parts, teaching teachers and students. And so professional development workshops after school, during the summer, during professional development in-service days. So it requires a lot of dedicated effort, but as long as the teachers are willing, then you could do such a program.
You were telling me during the time we were watching the tape piece that some of the stuff we were seeing there, I'm not going to say is obsolete, but you're even using new technology that goes beyond that.
What you saw in the video clip was an AirSketch app, which is limited. You could kind of write your work there. It's like a whiteboard on the iPad that you could then project through the Wi-Fi. But now we use Air Server, which you press a button, and then anything on that student's iPad, for the most part, can now be displayed on the screen. So it doesn't matter what app they're using. It could be a note-taking app. It could be their PowerPoint presentation. And then they don't have to go up to the corner of the room where they could plug in. And so it's more accessible for the student to share their work without having to go through all the bundles of cords.
When you decided to go into teaching, to become a math teacher, Is this what you had in mind?
It is not. I just want to be a role model, and I like working with kids and teaching. This has been an exciting development for me.
This is the future.
It's the right time to be in education. It's exciting. I think this is the future.
Could you imagine teaching what you are teaching without this technology?
I have for several years, and I'm already 2 weeks ahead of where I was just this past year, so I don't want to give it up.
It's good stuff. Keep it up. Your students are benefiting, as are your colleagues. Justin Montgomery, math teacher, Delaware Valley Regional High School in Frenchtown, New Jersey, which is very close to Allentown, Pennsylvania, made famous by the great Billy Joel, right?
That's right.
You know that song?
I do.
It's before your time. Get out of here. Good stuff. Thank you very much. We'll be right back right after this. You really remember it?
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Welcome to One on One. I'm Steve Adubato. I want to introduce you to one of the most talented teachers we've ever had.
Thank you.
She's Lisa Shustak, an art teacher at Redwood Elementary School in West Orange, New Jersey, part of our Classroom Close-Up initiative in cooperation with the NJA. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Steve.
We're about to see a clip from the Classroom Close-Up series that airs on our station, public television station here in New Jersey, NJTV. Check it out. This is part of an interesting initiative called GEO, Global Exploration Educators Organization, real quickly, which is?
A travel program for educators. They have teachers from all over the country traveling to different places, and it's a fabulous program.
And this was a trip that you took to Turkey.
Yes.
And the whole idea is to come up with great ideas from traveling, bringing it back into the classroom. This is from Classroom Close-Up, NJA. Great stuff. Check it out.
The project that we're going to be working on today was inspired by my travels. I went to Turkey this summer.
Redwood Elementary art teacher Lisa Shustak has a passion for travel. For the past 3 years, she's trekked around the world with global exploration for educators. One of her goals? To inspire her students to gain a greater appreciation for art and travel.
Art from around the world is so different and so visually interesting to me that I love to bring it back for my students. I often think of them when I'm away and how I can incorporate these things into lessons. These are really pretty, fun, and inspirational for our art project.
This morning, her second graders are about to make evil eyes, a Turkish symbol for good luck.
Do people speak English in Turkey?
Oh, that's a great question. A lot of people spoke English and they also speak Turkish.
I think this is cool because we get to paint it and it looks better painting than drawing. It's kind of cool because it has like different kind of colors and I like lots of colors.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, look how many are on this one.
This afternoon, she teaches her fourth graders about the symmetrical designs she saw in Turkey.
This was inspired by the Turkish motifs, the Turkish designs. As you can see in a lot of their buildings, they have radial symmetrical designs. These are all from Turkey, all of these colored little cards. I have been working with a radial symmetrical design with the fourth graders, and that's what inspired me to incorporate creating a tile based on different Turkish motifs that I brought back.
Whenever she goes somewhere, she gets an idea and then tells us about it, and so it's like we're learning a lesson all about the place.
I saw an article about teachers who had traveled, and I thought, wow, I would like to do that. The thought of traveling with other teachers and having that common bond immediately was just perfect for me. We visit schools in these other countries, and so going in and to see classrooms is very, very fascinating to see how education is in other countries. Did you guys see these?
No. Whoa. To look, that tree has a lot of eyes on it. Yeah. That thing could probably see everything.
Yeah.
How great.
It's fabulous.
What makes it so great?
Two things. I love my job and I love to travel. And I love to incorporate the two things together.
Where did the whole idea come from? I mean, did someone say to you, hey, you need to do this? You love to travel, you love to teach and put it together. How did it come to you?
It just came to me. I've always liked to travel. I've always liked to explore the world, different countries, different places. I love to teach. I love art. Art is universal. Art, it's everywhere. And during the course of traveling, even just in my daily life, if I happen to see something that's inspiring for a lesson, you know, I think I'm always teaching. I'm always thinking about teaching.
Did the same thing in India, right?
Yes.
Describe, when was that trip?
That was in 2010. I went with the same organization.
You came back and you said, I'm going to teach what?
From the trip to India, I taught, I showed them the Indian flag. I showed them pictures of elephants. I showed them the pictures that, of me riding the elephant. And this was with a first grade student. We did an image of an elephant on a flag and did it with, via a collage, which is cutting and gluing. First drawing, cutting, gluing, and putting the whole thing together.
As I'm watching you do this, I'm thinking to myself, great teachers never stop learning.
Yes.
True.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
It's dangerous if you think, I mean, do you ever see, does it concern you that, I mean, obviously it's not going to happen to you, but the teachers we've had, the great educators, they just see themselves as constant learners. I mean, it's different ways that they go about it, but this is your way, isn't it?
That's one of my ways, yes. I have a lot of different interests. I'm actually, I'm taking a workshop this weekend about learning about the spawning of horseshoe crabs and the migration of birds.
Really?
Yes.
Will you bring that back into the classroom?
I hope to. That's also a program for teachers, and that's through the New Jersey Conservation Society.
Why is it so important that you bring ideas from and experiences from around the world back into West Orange, into the classroom? Why do you think that's so important?
I feel that it's very important because I think a lot of these children may not get to these other places. Perhaps some of their ancestors are from some of these other countries and maybe they haven't been there. When I went to India and I returned, I put together a PowerPoint presentation which I show to the students, and it came out, I'm very happy with the results, and the students love it. They eat it up, they have a million questions, and they really feel almost as if they've been there.
1 to 10, how much you love your work?
10.
Definitely.
Definitely.
After you've taught for a few years now?
Yes.
Still 10?
Still 10. Love my job.
Keep traveling.
I will.
The kids are getting the benefit.
I'm going to Spain this summer with my cousin, who is also a teacher. She teaches in California, and the two of us hope to come back and do a collaborative lesson together.
I bet you will.
Yes.
Lisa Shustak.
Yes.
Art teacher, Redwood Elementary School in West Orange, New Jersey. I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
This is why we do a series like this, Classroom Close-Up.
Thank you.
Stay right there. Don't go.
Sorry.
What do you have, another trip you have to take?
No.
You're in Patterson. Stay in Patterson for 2 minutes, will you?
Okay.
There are things to learn. Stay right there.
Okay.
We'll be right back right after this. Where are you going?
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Paul Battaglia is a math teacher at Manasquan High School. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
This is part of our Classroom Close-Up series in cooperation with the NJEA. Now, we're about to see a piece of video from the Classroom Close-Up series on NJTV that you can see every week. This is called Squanathon. It's a dance marathon. Squanathon is Manasquan, right?
Right, that's where we got it from.
Raising money for pediatric
cancer.
Trying to raise awareness, trying to raise money, and young people down in Manasquan are involved.
That's right. We have about 25-30% of our student body that take place.
It started when?
It started about 4 years ago.
Raised about 200 grand so far?
So far in 4 years, we've raised over $200,000. This current year, we just raised over $63,000.
So here's the deal. We'll come back and talk to Paul in a second, but right now you're going to see classroom close-up, Squanathon. It's great stuff. Take a look.
It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night, and hundreds of Manasquan High School students pour through the gym doors, not for a sporting event, but for the 3rd annual Squanathon.
The Squanathon is an amazing fundraiser where we raise money for local families who are affected by pediatric cancer.
We have a goal for our students to reach $200. And in order to participate in tonight's event. So they have all raised a minimum of $200. And some of them have gone far above that.
I think my total this year is about 900. And in the past years, I've been a top fundraiser the past 3 years. I've raised about 1,000 or 900 each year.
What you see in these students is a sense of accountability, that once they've decided to do this, they don't want to back out. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to quit. And you learn a lot about their resolve, things that you might not necessarily see, between 7 o'clock and 3 o'clock during the day.
Some of the chemos make me lose my hair. Due to my hair loss, I've developed quite a cool hat collection now. This time around fighting cancer has been really hard on my family. My mom had to quit her job again, and we spent so much time driving back and forth to the hospital, I usually don't know what day it is. 5 years is an awfully long time, but I know in the end, it'll all be worth it. So if I can beat cancer, you can certainly get over failing algebra, not making the team, or your girlfriend breaking up with you, or vice versa. Whatever big, horrible problem you have, whatever it is, life always gets better. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.
Some families were up all night with students, and teachers chaperoned in shifts. Finally, it was 8 a.m. Saturday morning, and time to thank everyone who made this event a success. The students raised $46,501.79 for pediatric cancer families.
I'm thinking about having to stay up tonight for all night long, and I think, why am I doing this? But in the morning, when we raise the numbers and we have our final speeches, it's a great feeling.
We thought that if we chose the right people that first year and really explained to them the mission and what we were trying to do and the kind of passion that we needed them to have, that it would create a snowball effect. And we kind of, went on a whim from there and just had a little faith. Kids are looking to help in any way possible, and it's just that giving nature that you begin to see. It just makes you really proud.
Amazing.
Thank you. So it's really the work of the kids. They've just been phenomenal. They've embraced it.
What do you think it does for them?
I think it gives them a sense of belonging. I think it gives them a purpose that they can set their sights on, stick to, and it gives them a goal. There's an end means that they're trying to achieve, and it gives them a greater sense of volunteerism.
What's it do for you?
It just makes me proud. It makes me proud to know that in the country that we live in the world and the times that we live in, that we have not just one or two, but we have a large number of people trying to make a difference.
As an educator, I mean, again, through the series, we've talked to dozens and dozens of educators who come at this from so many different perspectives, who have different areas of expertise. Your expertise is not in fundraising.
It is not.
But you're a good fundraiser. You're a good organizer. You're a good team leader. Has it brought you closer to these students?
I think so. You get to see, they get to see me in a different light. I get to see them in a different light. You get to see each other under various stresses and out of the traditional classroom environment.
Yeah.
And in a way that maybe they didn't even bargain for, and I didn't bargain for at the beginning.
Is it part of teaching?
Oh, without a doubt.
That is part of teaching?
Without a doubt.
How so?
Because teaching is about empowering young men and women to reach new heights. It doesn't have to happen in a math classroom. It doesn't have to happen in an English classroom. Why can't it happen in your community? You know, there's no reason why that can't happen. And so that's what we're trying to do.
But the students who raise these dollars, they have to raise $200 minimum.
Minimum $200. They can keep going if they wish.
In what ways do they actually do it? I mean,
they do it. Some of them just simply send out letters to relatives. Some of them need a little bit more assistance, so we set up canning dates at local supermarkets where they could bag groceries. This year, the committee who's in charge of planning it has talked about races, walks, car washes. So there's various ways that they could do it other than just pounding the pavement.
Yeah. The children, the young man we saw there, tell us about him.
Justin, he's a fighter. He's a warrior. Just
How old is he?
Manasquan, he's now 11, I believe. Manasquan High School, our trademark is the Warriors.
And his sister was right there?
His sister was one of our committee planners, and she was right there. Their whole family was right there, and he's battled his disease for about 3 years.
How's he doing right now?
And he's doing fantastic now. He's in remission.
What do you? I was trying to, imagine what it might be like for those students and for him that night. What was it doing for him that night, you think?
I think he was happy to tell his story. I think he loved being a part of the event. He loved being included. The prior year, we actually had some of his 6th grade friends at the event. And I think for any cancer patient, what they would tell you is they need support. And if they have support, they'll get through it.
Final question before I let you out of here. To other educators, other people in school systems who see what you're doing and say, hey, that's terrific, but I can't do that. By the way, in the 4 years that you've been doing this, you've raised over $200,000 to raise money for pediatric cancer. They say, hey, that's great for you, but I couldn't do that, you say?
Then you're not doing enough. You have to do more, because it could be your child, it could be my child, and you'd want to know that people were doing everything they could out there.
We owe? Do we owe it to try to do this?
Without a doubt.
And it's doable?
It's very doable.
The will is there?
You know, we didn't have a plan other than the plan to make this thing get off the ground, and now that we see the effect it's had, it's very doable.
And for those who believe that high school students are simply too self-centered and apathetic to care about anyone else other than themselves, you say?
Disagree.
Yeah. They need a little nudge, too, and that's why we have great educators like you.
Thank you.
Paul Battaglia, a math teacher at Manasquan High School. You honor us by doing the work you do every day.
Thank you.
And you honor your profession as well.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, activists in cooperation with the American Medicine Chest Challenge, Choose New Jersey, NJIT, Health Republic Insurance of New Jersey, Berkeley College, and by the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.